They are one of the 10 richest clubs on the planet. But they only have £40 million to spend this summer and could only afford loan deals in January. Unai Emery faces a difficult summer with just £40 million to work with. Suddenly, the dark clouds are beginning to gather over Arsenal, on and off the pitch. Sunday's defeat at Manchester City left Unai Emery's team down in 6th place, although within 3 points of 4th place Chelsea. But Emery's prospects of undertaking the overhaul that the Gunners fans are calling out for appear to have been hit hard by the new chill financial wind. Sunsport reported that Emery has been told he will only have a £40 million transfer kitty at the end of the season. Arsenal have taken a tumble in pursuit of a top 4 spot. That is a stark contrast to the sums that the club were briefing over a number of years were at Arsene Wenger's disposal, even if the Frenchman chose not to spend all of it. So why are Arsenal, a club with a 60,000-seater stadium on guarantee of around £140 million from the Premier League TV deal each season, suddenly facing a squeeze? Sunsport looks at the issues that have brought Arsenal to this point. Top 4 flop. Arsenal have endured a tricky first season of life after Arsene Wenger missing out on the Champions League for the past 2 seasons has left a huge hole in Arsenal's budget. While North London rivals Spurs banked more than £60 million last season and will get even more this time round, Arsenal bagged £33 million last term and might get slightly more this season. A third consecutive campaign outside Europe's elite, which seems likely at this stage, although the remaining fixtures do give Arsenal a slight boost, will see a further £40 million or more fail to make its way into the Emirates' coffers. Emery, it seems, has been told that missing out on the Champions League will mean he gets only that £40 million on top of sales revenue to spend. If he gets into the top 4, that will be £60 million. Arsenal will have only £40 million to spend in the summer if they don't reach Champions League contract killers. Mesut Ozil's astronomical wages have contributed to Arsenal's money woes when Arsenal faced the prospect of losing both Mesut Ozil and Alexis Sanchez last January. They gambled on keeping the German. The price of that, though, was the new deal worth £350,000 per week. By any standards, that was a lot of money. But 12 months on, Ozil is little more than a bit-part player. He was unused, once again, at Manchester City on Sunday, a sign of Emery's lack of faith in him. As part of the deal that took Sanchez to Manchester United, Arsenal took Henrik Mkhitaryan in part exchange. But while there was only a £30 million transfer fee, the Armenian is on £180,000 a week, the club's third highest earner behind Ozil and £200,000 per week Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. 5 more players in Emery's current squad, Sead Kolasinac, Aaron Ramsey, Hector Bellerin, Petr Cech and Alexander Lacazette, are on £5 million per year or more. Wenger splurges. Arsene Wenger was famously shrewd, but did have an occasional flutter. Arsenal fans demanded, spend more asking money, as their dissatisfaction grew in the last years of the Arsene Wenger reign. And the club eventually obliged. In 2016-17, the arrivals of players including Granit Xhaka, Shkodran Mustafi and Lucas Perez saw a net spend of more than £90 million. Last season, Wenger bought Lacazette in the summer and Aubameyang in the winter, as well as bringing in Mkhitaryan, even though he made a small net profit in the market. This season, Emery was allowed to bring in Lucas Torreira, Bernd Leno, Socrates, and Matteo Guendouzi, for a net spend of more than £65 million. At the same time, Ramsey was told Arsenal could not afford his salary demands, leaving him to agree his free transfer to Juventus. Stan Kroenke never invested a penny of his own money into Arsenal. Recent figures revealed by the financial expert Swiss Ramble showed that Stan Kroenke was the only owner in the Premier League who had not invested a penny of his own money in his club over the past decade. It is not that Kroenke does not have the money. According to Forbes, his net worth is around £6.5 billion. But he is, it seems, only interested in what he can make out of Arsenal, whose revenue in 2018 was £390 million. LA Confidential Stan Kroenke paid more attention to the LA Rams than Arsenal. Kroenke's main sporting business interest appears to be the Los Angeles Rams, beaten in Sunday's lowest-scoring Super Bowl in history. The Rams were moved back to LA from St. Louis in 2016, as Kroenke outlined his plans for a new stadium in Inglewood. That stadium, the Los Angeles Stadium at Hollywood Park, will be a shared home for the Rams and the